Hi there! So today's video is going to be a recording of me drawing our icon. I do like to draw, I've mentioned that before, so I figured I'd draw our icon. I of course checked every step with Meg and made sure she liked it too, but let's get right into it. Whenever I'm drawing something, I like to sketch it on paper first. It's just easier for me and I get to just make it messy. When it's digitally, I find that I like to make everything as perfect as possible, including the sketch, which just inhibits me all the much more. Now, with Megan's face, I struggled both on paper and digitally because I wanted to make her face as perfect as it is in real life. I wanted my art to mimic real life for once. So I always use Medi Bang Paint unless I'm using Fire Alpaca. I believe that they're made by the same company, but I like Medi Bang Paint better because it is the dark theme and it has a little bit more tools to it if I remember correctly. I love Medi Bang Paint because it's so easy to use. I have it on all of my devices, so if I'm out and about and I want to draw something real quick, there you go. It's also got the really easy to use tools. It's nothing complicated. Sure, it's no paint tool Sai, but it's free, so like what else can you ask for? I like it because it does it can use the pen pressure sensitivity, and it also, when just using a stylus on the iPad, doesn't do that either, which I think is a cute look. Now, like I said, I am a perfectionist, so when drawing on digital media, I like to make sure everything's as perfect as possible. I actually doubled the speed on this whole recording, so imagine this half as slow. That's how slow I draw. That's why it takes me so long to draw things. And since I'm such a perfectionist, you'll see me undo and redo and flip and unflip and all of that. Now, in Megan's last video, she talked about why she wanted to start a YouTube channel. I also wanted to put myself out there. I want to express myself in a new way, and I wanted to have fun in a new way. I'll be quite honest, around this time of year, it gets to be really difficult for me. I struggle a lot with mental health, and of course, because of that, physical health. So I figured having this thing that I feel the need to do helps me be motivated, to make myself look good, to make sure my room is clean and all of that. And it's just these little things that help a long way. I also just want to have fun. I've been having so much fun filming and editing. The only thing that hasn't been fun for me is this voiceover. I put it off for more than a week. I also wanted to express myself in a new way. It's also just a great way to pass the time. If you want to start a YouTube channel, there's nothing stopping you. I use my phone, my iPad to film, and I use iMovie to edit. You don't need a $2,000 camera and some sort of expensive program. You just need to have fun. That's really it. Here I start coloring in with the pen tool. I had selected the colors prior and just scribbled them all over so I know where they were going to be. And I have them on a separate layer just to keep things organized. And then as far as my glasses went, I just want to make things look just a little bit lighter underneath my glasses. I have thick frames. My eyesight is really bad, to the point where I wanted daily contacts because I kept ripping my monthlies. But my optometrist was like, hey, bitch, you got a problem. Your eyes are so bad you wouldn't be able to do that. So my eyesight's really awful. It's kind of ridiculous. People have put on my glasses. My first boss put on my glasses and he started crying because it hurted his eyes so much. Whew. But anyway, I want to talk about why I like art so much. I have been involved in art since I was born. There are pictures of me as a baby on those baby carriers, those baby holders on the back where my dad's throwing on the wheel with clay, and I have been involved in art ever since ever. And since he's an artist, he has a whole bunch of artist friends. So all those artist friends have introduced me to art in new ways, and it's just been a whole journey, and it has really introduced me into a new world, a more expressive world. And I've mentioned I like to express myself, so I started drawing since I could hold a pencil, but I started seriously drawing when I was about 13. At this point, I kind of got tired of drawing with the pen tool, so I just used the bucket tool. The bucket tool was my best friend. And then I got my first drawing tablet when I was about 15 or 16. It was an Intuos Pro. It had so many buttons and it was so big and it was so nice. Oh my god. And then it crapped out really recently, and I can't believe it because I didn't get that. Some rich guy got it for me. So, like, it was just so frustrating because my best friend at the time kind of helped break it. But then a couple months ago, I got a new one by Huon. I don't like it as much. There are definitely some bits to it that could be better. Maybe I'll do a review on it. Who knows? Does anyone even care that I draw? Who knows? And then I was in a slump for about a year. The source of the slump is out of my life, so I'm drawing more and producing so much more art and expressing myself through art much more, and I'm just enjoying drawing again. Here I had double checked everything with Megan, and she suggested having a different color in her hair, and I just wanted to fix up a couple of things, and I wanted to just change, the color in her shirt. And then I decided to go ahead and paint. I don't paint the normal way, the way I should. I've watched and tried a couple of tutorials on YouTube, mostly Kiwi Birds. Their tutorials are really great, but they're getting kind of old, and I don't know if they use that same technique still. But I just lay down the new color, I take a watercolor brush, blend it out, take the color that it's on top of, like a skin tone, and then I blend that out, and then I just turn down the opacity on the layer. I know that some artists who use digital art add some sort of layer filter. I haven't figured those out, and for something like this, where I was going to use it as an icon for social media, I wanted to be more comfortable with it. I'm still testing out painting, so I'm not exactly 100% comfortable with it, but I'm getting better, I like to think. And I did decide to do this piece digitally, so it looked good as an icon for YouTube, and there would be a greater variety of colors. I do have some alcohol-based markers, both Prisma and Copic, but I don't have such a wide variety as I'd like. I don't even have a color pale enough for my skin tone, and that's the problem. But I do want to get more markers. I would love to get Ohuhu markers because Copic markers are about $5, maybe $6 in America, and then Ohuhu markers are like not even $1, and that wilds me out so much. But I'm nervous to get them because the Ohuhu markers don't have the brush nib, which is really easy to blend with. However, I did watch a review between Ohuhu and Copic by Drawing with Waffles, and she did state that blending with the chisel nib was easy, you just have to get used to it. So maybe I'll get some Ohuhu markers. I really like drawing with the alcohol-based markers because you get to blend and you get to make nice gradients, and it's just so much fun. At this point, I'm adding more blushies in my hands and on my face because I have really red skin. In fact, I could have added blushies all over my hands because my hands get so red really easy. I think it's called rosacea. I think that's what it's called in the face. I talked to my doctor about it, and she's like, yeah, that's normal. You're alright, bitch. You're not dying. Don't worry. But I am a little insecure about the redness in my face, so I don't draw it as much as I have it. Again, I'm still doing that shitty painting technique, blending it out in the wrong way probably. I've seen a whole bunch of artists complain about over blending, and I don't understand the idea of complaining about another artist's style unless of course they're problematic. I like the over blended look. It just makes such a softer gradient. That's just my opinion though. I did draw myself with a watch because I like to keep a watch on me, and I always do wear it on my inner wrist. The other day I had to wear it on top of my wrist, and it was uncomfortable, and I got a bruise or a blister or whatever on my hand from the little dial. Ooh, it was uncomfortable. Here is where I add more of that redness to my forehead. Like I said, have such a red face. It's kind of embarrassing. We don't have to talk about it. But I blended that out pretty hard just so it was that soft gradient again. And I'm just going back and cleaning that up. And then here, I'm adding some little shines, like on my glasses, because we know those are reflective as hell. Oh my god. One time, when I was getting my license, they told me I could wear my glasses. They took the picture, like, yeah, take those off. You were just a ball of light. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but I also add some shinies to our cheeks and to the tips of our nose, because that's cute. And here I color in Megan's nails. I thought for a minute, what color would Megan even want? And then right away my mind said, black, you dummy. She always wears black. And then here is the finished look. I added some polka dots and I had some fun. Alright, thank you. Bye-bye.